We are getting started soon. Thanks for tuning in. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to unmute Mikey, but he's got his mic away from his mouth, so you're safe. No one panic. Yep, that's right. It's a
panicking.
mukbang. It's a mukbang stream now. Yeah. Jack Eichel.
Fucked up my layout.
Whatever. No one gives a shit. Alright, let me look here.
What a shitty day, am I right?
Oh, yeah. Every day is the worst day in American history. Great. Okay. I'm looking pretty good over here now. Let's test the music.
Let's keep.
Fuck, I should have counterpicked Prince of Persia. Fuck.
Are
If you think about it now, with the...
Are we on the counter picks yet on the beefiest again? Let's see.
I better look. It might be time for me to go.
Okay, let's test this. You guys hearing that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wunderbar. So Roboto, the frog game. Pants.
Fuck are you
Robo,
talking
that's
about?
Robo.
Robo?
The frog game? Do you mean Chrono Trigger? No.
No. There's like a new frog game, I think.
Not besides from
Frog
Big
game.
Hops?
Whoa.
Yeah. Roboto.
It is my turn to pick a game. Holy crap. I got to pick a game live here on the start of the show.
Yeah, Roboto is an experimental 2D physics-based take on the collectathon genre. Ooh, okay. I'll get this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird frog game. All right.
Oh, looks good.
All
right. You guys heard the music?
Ciao, what an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen today, huh? Oh, it's crazy. We're eating
That's
well.
what they're all saying.
28 minutes. Extra time.
A Jackalope, if you're listening, you're up in the beefiest. And it's not going to auto-draft your counter picks. Okay. I think we're good. You guys ready?
Yes.
I guess so.
I guess so.
No.
All right, let me get that.
The topic is the top 5. Or whatever. It should say TVD.
No, we can just do
No, we're doing tier list, remember? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Wow, that was easy. All right,
Yeah.
do it.
All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3. You're busy. Let's do this. Oh, that's right. This still doesn't get quieter. Let me turn it down here. There we go. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, we can react to that Xbox Developer Direct. They're pretty good games in there. Ubisoft. That's it. We'll just figure out Ubisoft. We're going to finally someone's stepping up, and it's us. We're going to do it. And then we're going to do a tier list of Resident Evil games. And we're going to enlist your help for the ones that we are a little bit less familiar with or only played a little bit of. Like, I played Code Veronica. I didn't beat Code Veronica, but I definitely played it a lot at my friend's Dreamcast. That was a long time ago. So, chat, you can help us. All right. But first, Mike Minotti, you're here. How are you doing?
I need to draft my third game for our Fantasy Critic League in the Game Mess, and I'm looking at Onimusha right now. Way of the Sword.
Can I suggest World of Warcraft Midnight?
Someone took that. Although
man.
Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred is available. Although the last Diablo expansion only did it like got an 82, which isn't terrible. But
Yeah, I mean,
Onimusha. My only concern there is that game actually coming out this year? They said it is. It looks good. I could I don't know, Star Wars Galactic Racers available. That might be a fun one.
That's a fun one. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that could be anywhere from like a 68 to an 84, right? So maybe not a great spread on that one, but
I think it's just Onimusha. I've done it. There we go. Onimusha is the third game.
I think you can sort of rely on Capcom to not have anything that would be I think the lowest for Onimusha is like a 75. I think it also has probably maybe a lower.
I think it has a pretty good chance. Every time I see the game, it looks very good.
Yes,
People
I agree.
are so hungry to have a new Sekiro, no matter where it is, and this will not exactly be that, but maybe close enough. So, all right, great. Be Corliss, you're up.
Fantastic. For my second pick, I took Deep Down from Capcom. This is the year, Mike. This is the year Deep Down is coming out. Absolutely.
I don't know about that, Jeff. I don't think you should have done that.
People, listen, Deep Down was a game Capcom announced for the PlayStation 4 right before the PlayStation 4 was launching. It had some weird guy in armor fighting a dragon, and then we never heard from it ever again. But except for on this podcast and me taking it in Fantasy Critic, of course. All right, let's get into this. It's still weird video game news time. We'll talk about all that stuff here in a little bit. And then I'm still mostly playing Sectori. I'm not going to talk about it though. So
thank you.
Yes, no problem. We'll come up with some.
Okay. Did you take the lead back from Dan?
I'm really close to. Every run I've done has been closer and closer, and it's just a matter of time now. So it's I'm getting better every run, basically. All right, let's get into it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening, and hit that like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Thanks to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Christian for producing. And you can, of course, get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in our Q&A sessions, which probably overdue for. I'll do one here pretty soon. And our Game Club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and, of course, all of our shows ad-free. That's patreon.com/GameMess. Patreon.com/GameMess. All right, let's get into the big topics of the week after this quick break. All right, going to bring us back up, fading right back to black. 5, 4, 3. We are back. Let's do it. Xbox Developer Direct happened today. That was today, right? We watched that together, Mike, and I had a pretty good time. For all of the shows that do the thing where they stop and talk to developers and show behind the scenes footage of people working in C++ or whatever the hell it is.
Sure.
Microsoft actually got pretty good at that stuff, and I was pretty into all the games they showed.
Chef, we called out the Wacom moment here in Argentina whenever they go
Wacom?
back and they show. Yeah, the Wacom, the tablet,
Oh, Wacom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, totally.
The Wacom.
Yeah,
they
you
call
guys
that
probably say it better than I do. I don't know.
Yeah, every single time it's like that same tablet where they're working on.
Yes. Oh, that's our artists, I think, will only use those, and there's some alternatives, but they all just have their own Wacom from years and years ago, and they'll never give it up. I don't even they might even stop making them, and they would still just keep using their old ones. I was impressed by all of the games for the most part, and I think the one that Kiln from Double Fine was the fourth secret game that they were teasing. I guess they weren't even teasing it, but that kind of got teased by some leaks, and that was the one where I'm I think I need to play this to know if it's for me. But that being said, it still looks cool. You make pottery. That's your character inside of the game's character creator. You're actually, forming this pot. And then that pot goes and does online multiplayer, maybe couch co-op, but multiplayer party mini game sort of things in a battler, arena style arena. I think I just need to play it to know. What do you think?
I think it looks super interesting, and I'm glad it's the kind of game that Double Fine still gets to make. I think it says something that the game looks so interesting that I didn't hear too many people complain like this is the Four Secret game and not so and so franchise brought back from the dead from my childhood, right? Yeah, I think it still managed to stand out. They're just always they're so endearing over at Double Fine. I always like hearing from them, Tim Schafer and everybody. And the whole process of making the actual pots is neat, and they always add character to it, right? It's like, yeah, they have this whole system of actually making the pottery like a pottery wheel, but also your tools are sentient and make funny little faces and have butts. Like, yeah, they get it. Just adding these little touches here and there. Yeah, I'm a little bit less sure of like, okay, how much fun am I really gonna have? Kind of like walking around and hitting people with my pot. But at least making a pot, I am sold on for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Like I was saying on our Giant Bomb stream, kids love making characters, so they're trying to appeal to a family audience, which I think Double Fine often is. That'll work for them pretty well. We got a pair of playground games. Forza Horizon 6 takes place in Japan. We got a date, May 19th. Continues to look like Forza Horizon. Maybe they tuned down the festival stuff a little bit. It's hard to tell. That could be.
It's hard to tell if they're actually it's like turning that down or just not showing as much of it here. Although it's like it seems like it's the one complaint. If there is a complaint with Forza Horizon, it is the one. So you hope. But yeah, it's Forza Horizon in Japan, which is essentially all they really needed to do here, and it looks gorgeous. Of course, I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah, and it's like I think it was you that were talking about Gran Turismo 7 that was like, this is just a low-key, hey, I love cars so goddamn much, and that tone worked really well for that game. And it's like there's so many other tones they could go with, and they've always done the same exact one each time that it's like just any sort of change there would be welcome. But that's not going to stop me from playing and enjoying this game one way or the other.
Yeah, I really liked Gran Turismo 7. It was like, you're in a cafe and you're just talking to people over like tea and coffee about how cool cars were and how this car brand started in the 1950s. And, it was really chill and kind of informative and nice. And, going from that to like, on social media. Again, it was just always a little, it's jarring.
Their other game, Fable. I'm really, I don't know if I'm sold, but I am certainly enjoying what they showed, and it did feel like a real game this time. It's to the point where it's like, oh, I guess you know what they showed in that trailer when you were like running around the giant that last time. That looks pretty similar, but now there's like UI and interactivities in the game that feel like, oh, someone's controlling this, and it felt real, and I thought it looked really nice. It's got a very realistic look while also just having this small little tinge of fantastical elements to every little thing. And yeah, I'm kind of ready to play this game. You were mentioning like it seems like this is recapturing all of the sort of pro versus con column when it comes to Fable's history, right? Like, oh, you get to exist in this village and things react to you and things of that nature.
I was almost surprised how much it kind of looks like Fable 2, to be honest. I was like wondering if there's going to be a bigger shakeup to what the game is. Like, okay, no, this looks like Fable and kind of like the best way that I remember it. Running around, buying properties and, goofy characters and reacting to the way you are. So yeah, I am intrigued. It does look pretty. There's a part of me, it's like, should Fable look this realistic? And I'm like, yeah, maybe it should. That's fine. I can get used to that.
I was just like very into, there was like subtle lighting of like, amber candlelight shining out of windows of inns or whatever, and it just looked really inviting and warm.
Yeah,
I want to spend time in that world, which I think is a positive thing to say about a game like this. It's like, oh, its world is super enticing. That's a really good head start because people are going to be spending a lot of time in said world.
People were reacting to the frame rate, and I don't know. Watching it in like our Discord thing, it's a little hard for me to get a super sense.
I saw the framiness, but I just don't know if I'm like in a place where it's like, oh, we got to do something about this. You said it. I'm going to be playing on my PC where I'm going to be able to get that fucking thing to whatever frame rate I want. I'm not going to be surprised if it's 30 frames per second on Xbox consoles, though. And I'm at a point where, those things are 6 years old. Yeah, of course that's where we're at. Like, I mean, I know it sucks, but I don't know. I guess, and, they also have time to optimize and improve it and make it a rock solid 30 frames per second if that is the direction they're going. I would bet that's the direction they're going, though.
Yeah, I guess I would still be pretty shocked if there's, at least on Xbox Series X, there's some
There's
kind
probably
of
an
60 frame
option.
per second
Yeah.
option.
They're
But
using the
we'll see.
Forza engine, don't they?
I
Yeah.
believe so. Yes.
I that's a I don't know how it works. Like that's a racing game engine. Let's see how like it works with like RPG that has
I
all
mean,
these
there's
systems.
a lot
on
of
the
pitfalls.
background
Yeah,
and,
for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah.
potential for things
all
to
this AI shit.
break and make it so they actually have struggle to optimize. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. But for me, the frame rate was not setting off any alarm bells. It was definitely just going into the, well, let's wait and see what happens with that. How am I gonna? Everything else is what actually matters in this trailer. How are they presenting the systems and all that?
And this is the game that is the furthest away as well. So
Yeah. Go ahead, Christian.
Sorry, Mike. My because I feel like I'm drawing parallelism with Capcom and the RE engine and how they use the RE engine. It's like
Right.
in the back of my mind, I have like you know, I have that.
Forza Horizon is an open game, right?
It's
So
an
it is.
open game. It's not an RPG though. It doesn't have all these
No,
systems.
yeah,
and it doesn't keep all this like.
But we just
this
don't know until we
city
play it,
alive,
right?
all these people.
Like we're just
That's true, that's
speculating.
true.
Yeah. So
That's true. It's just like that worrisome that I have from like Capcom that.
Here's the thing that we know for sure is true. Making video games is hard, and there's like no like magical thing they can do to make sure that their engine they built for racing games is going to work great for this stuff. They're gonna have to put in the work to make it do all the things they need it to do, and we're just gonna have to play the game to know if they succeeded at that or not. And the preview of it, more than 6 months out at least. They said it's coming out in the autumn. I mentioned it was September. I think it might actually be a little bit later than that. I continue to ask around. But so, yeah, autumn. So anytime from, basically the fourth quarter of this year, they have so much time to do a ton of things to this game that whatever state it's in now might not have a lot to do with the reality of what we're playing and like later
you
on.
always hear that optimizations comes at the end. So, it's still time.
And then Game Freak. Sure, we got to see Game Freak's, third-party game that's not on Nintendo consoles, Beast of Reincarnation. Maybe more importantly, we got to see the people at Game Freak making a video game behind the scenes. Something that,
right.
Oh yeah, those are real people, and you didn't know that until this moment because, of course, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo don't do that sort of thing. It was startling almost.
Yeah, it was a little bizarre to just see like their lobby. you know, as weird as that is, right? But yeah, it was neat.
It's I thought the game looked pretty good. It's character action, maybe leaning a little Sekiro, leaning a little Soulsborne in general, maybe also just a traditional character action game, somewhere in between. We'll have to, again, this is when you have to play to like really know
A Stellar Blade like.
A Stellar Blade like at this point. Yeah. But it just had a lot of style, a lot of character, good color. I don't know. I was into this as well. How about you?
I liked when they called it a one person, one dog action RPG. And I do like, the dog is kind of like your one party member, and you do very much the Final Fantasy VII remake thing of slowing down time and issuing a command to the dog based on this thing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, okay, there are obvious but interesting influences here. And then on top of that, I like some of the platforming stuff you do, like, you're going to make vines grow from the ground to give you extra verticality or even horizontal movement as well. So, I think this one's really intriguing. I'm definitely down for another game where I can parry a lot of people with my sword. I still have some Sekiro withdrawals. I just finished 9 Souls as well, so I need more parry games in my life. It looks very pretty, especially like the environments. Character models look like okay. Environments look very gorgeous here. They're doing the whole far future, post-apocalyptic. There's, ruins of robots mixed in with kind of old-timey homes and architecture and things like that. It's got a very nice color palette, right?
Yes.
It's bright, a little Horizon-y, that kind of thing, but in a pleasant way.
Yeah. I think we called out a bunch of inspirations. Nier Automata, there was just like, this Annihilation. So yeah, that's what developers do. It's certainly what Japanese developers do. They love to like put the stuff they love into games, and it's always fun to see. It's like, they take all their favorite parts and the best parts and then make something awesome as well. And when I see something like that, I get excited because I know it's usually coming from a place of passion. That's what this feels like. It also feels like them showing what they can do when they sort of have maybe a little bit more unlimited budget, or a less limited budget, I suppose I should say, versus what they do with Pokemon, which is limited in both time and money. Cool. That one's out in the summer, they said. And then I don't think I mentioned it. Kiln is out in the spring. So, yeah, I guess how you feeling about Xbox overall? It's hard for me to get excited about that platform, but there's always the occasional game, especially like a Playground Studios, where I'm like, oh, I like all the stuff they've done, and now they're doing a new genre for the first time.
Yeah.
I need to see that.
Right, yeah, like the Xbox platform, right, the consoles and everything, I have zero excitement for. But all these studios that Xbox owns, they're a lot of them are very good. Playground, fantastic. It's interesting seeing Game Freak work on something different and big, and I always have a lot of love for Double Fine. So yeah, I'm just excited to see the games from these people. I will I will certainly not be playing any of these on Xbox. I'm going to be playing them on my PC. Why wouldn't I? My PC is stronger than my Xbox now. Yes, and there's always a little bit of worry, like, oh god, is Xbox just going to cancel games? These all seem far along enough that they're probably safe. Who knows, right? But I appreciate getting these good looks. These are all games came out this year. It was this event basically last year where we got that really good deep dive into Expedition 33, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
That ended up being the bit, the kind of the game of that year, and who knows, maybe that game is amongst this pile as well.
My real second pick for the fantasy critic for the Game Mess League is Beast of Reincarnation. I'm like, God, there's a chance. There's a chance that could be really good.
Yeah, I think that's a cool pick. Yep.
All right. Let's see. That was the Xbox Developer Direct. Let's talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft had a week where everyone was getting excited for the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake to Shadow drop, and instead it got Shadow canceled. They were not happy with the way that game was going, and they canceled it. But that was not the only thing that happened. They canceled several games. They canceled 6, right? And they delayed 7. And then 6, 7. Oh my God, everything's a nightmare. And then they also said that they were reworking all of their studios, basically leading right into layoffs. It just feels like Ubisoft is reeling. One of the confirmed delay games, I shouldn't say confirmed, one of the reportedly delayed games from people who were looking into this was the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remaster that was supposed to also come out anytime now, like in the next couple of weeks. So across the board, they're basically just like wiping the slate clean, pushing everything that they're keeping back. And it's to what end? It's the same thing as always. It's like, well, we want to get the quality right, but they have done this multiple times before, and it's never felt quite as grim as it does this time.
First off, Jeff, do you have any idea how the whole this game is coming out on last Friday, how that got so much traction, and some people believed in that? It's the whiplash from going to that to this is incredible.
Well, I mean, I think it was true a month ago. Because remember,
you think the game was that far done? Wow.
Well, remember that the team responsible for Prince of Persia said, "Hey, everybody, no, we're not going to be in the Game Awards. We'll talk to you first thing in 2026." So that team was still tweeting like that game was coming soon a few weeks ago. So yeah, I think this is something that kind of happened pretty quick, and they just they maybe did one last check, and really it probably came down to, is this going to be worth a marketing push that would cost us more money? No, let's just drop this thing. I do think that game was at one time intended to be out right around now. Kind of insane, huh?
It's wild. I mean, that's a game that they have basically canceled twice now. Like, we saw the first time that just, it didn't look very good, right? And now I'm curious, guys, was the quality looking that bad on this thing? And I want to be like, how hard is it to remake Sands of Time? I bet it's pretty hard. But make it happen, right? Like, especially the second try. Like, get that thing done. Figure it out. If it's not quite there yet, try to invest a little bit more. I mean, it's just embarrassing to me, these really high-profile cancellations of games that you've been talking about and promising forever. This is very much in that perfect dark bucket for me. I think canceling a game of this magnitude this late in the game, it's definitely a stain on reputation. And of course, hasn't happened yet, but layoffs are going to follow. There's going to be some devastating stuff going on over there. I'm curious what these other games that are canceled are. Somehow it seems like Beyond Good and Evil 2 persists.
Yes, that's right. So they mentioned in some of their messaging to investors and to the public like their creative houses, the 5 creative houses that they still have working on various things, and with each one of them, they named some of the studios. So there's Creative House 1, which is that Vantage studio, which is the one that Tencent has a stake in, that has sort of spun off from Ubisoft, but obviously not so much so that when Ubisoft speaks, they don't continue to speak for that.
Right.
It's still part of everything that's happening here. The Assassin's Creed game was delayed as part of this. That's Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry. Creative House 2 is The Division, Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell. They mentioned Splinter Cell still.
Okay, interesting, because I was wondering if that remake was one of the canceled ones.
I mean, it still could be, because like they said that's Creative House 2 is focused on, they said it's Ubisoft's competitive and cooperative shooter experiences, including The Division, Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell. Well, that's not the Splinter Cell remake. That's not a competitive or cooperative shooter. So is there a different Splinter Cell of something based on Chaos Theory's multiplayer or something like that we should be looking for? I don't know. Creative House 3 is For Honor, The Crew, Riders Republic, Brawlhalla, and Skull and Bones. Creative House 4 is Anno. So there you go, Mike. It's safe.
Okay. That's safe. That's nice.
Might and Magic, Rayman, Prince of Persia, and Beyond Good and Evil. So Prince of Persia still mentioned, but Beyond Good and Evil mentioned as well. And then Creative House 5 is Just Dance, and then a bunch of smaller things like Idle Miner Tycoon and Invincible Guardian the Globe, which is a mobile game.
Casual games, yeah.
Yeah, so then there was reporting from Insider Gaming that Beyond Good and Evil 2 somehow persists. Somehow they are still making that game, which, as a reminder, has been in development for more than 17 years.
Oh, that could have funded a lot of Prince of Persia remakes.
I gotta imagine most of those years, the budget for that game was basically zero, right? It's like rounding error for a couple
years where nothing happened.
Right.
But like, and I hate to say, because I don't want any games canceled. I want any people laid off. What do they think is going to happen if that game releases? It's a sequel to a game that nobody bought then. Like, I like Beyond Good and Evil. It has been so long. It's been so long since that thing really cared. They released that pretty good remaster of it. No one cared when that came out either. I don't know what they think's going to happen if they actually release a Beyond Good and Evil 2. How's it possibly a hit?
That's the one that does make me feel insane, where it's like, I choose to believe sometimes people at these companies behave rationally. I can't rationalize this in any way. Like, there's always the thing, do these companies hate money? Just make that game and we'll buy it. No one's saying that would be on Good and Evil 2. Everyone gets it. It's like, yeah, I would like it, but it's not going to be some kind of hit.
Right.
And at some point in 17 years, you think the Ubisoft would wake up and go, oh, okay, never mind then. Let's just cancel it, move on to something else. And somehow they just keep plugging something into this game in some way. Baffling.
It's just wild. Like, I'm in a world now where I expect Half-Life 3 to be out before Beyond Good and Evil 2 is the thing. GTA 6 will be out. I still don't believe my heart and hearts this is ever a game I actually play. Or if it does, it's weird like Skull and Bones where I'm like, oh, that did come out. Everyone just decided not to play it. But eventually it did just sort of whimper its way out the door, I suppose. Gosh, just bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, Creative House 3 still working on Skull and Bones, according to this list here.
Yeah, they're still making content? Like what's the player base for Skull and Bones?
I don't know. Part of this feels like they're just listing IP as part of a reminder, like, of their value. Yeah. And they're not all these things are actually going concerns.
Was For Honor mentioned anywhere? What?
Yes, it was.
People like that. Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why there's a bit of For Honor 2 yet. But geez, just weird.
SteamDB says the current players for Skull and Bones is 195, and I hope they're all having fun. There are a couple of studio closures. The Halifax one that we talked about, it's somewhere probably on this show. That one's confirmed, and it's still happening. And then Ubisoft Stockholm is also shutting down. I think they worked they helped with an Assassin's Creed game, I think that's what they were. Oh, no, they were working on the Avatar game. Okay. And, they kind of got done with that DLC, and they're probably like, let's just cut them off. Hey, Ubisoft has been on a downward decline for a long time now. Their stock was worth something like, they had a market cap of $8 billion or something like that a few years ago, about 6 years ago. Now it's $500 million. It is a fraction of its value. And the way you fix that is you put out big hit video games. They've done that in between these multiple attempts of delaying everything in their lineup, which again they've done. This is now the third time that they've done that. So I just don't know what's going to be different this time, Mike. And I gotta assume them doing it again, they don't expect the outcome to be different in terms of how they perform or do business. And there's some other scheme working where the rest of Ubisoft gets sold off and Vantage Studios and the Assassin's Creed team just moves on without them. But maybe that's sky is falling behavior. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just hard to imagine what else happens here. Like, what are the big hits that save this company? It's just Assassin's Creed still. I mean, how, can a Division 3 come out soon enough and be big enough? Can they actually make another Rainbow Six Siege style hit in that franchise? It's been a long time. I just can't see these stars aligning. Exactly. I don't know how this ship is turned around. They've already had some of their Hail Marys hoping for something to, pick up and be a big thing like X Defiant or Skull and Bones. And, those went into the bleachers. They weren't even close.
Yep. Not even close. All right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. There was that Alex trailer for Street Fighter 6. It looks pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
I don't like how all the
Mike?
characters are wearing like rags. I get they're just trying to sell me skins, but still, I wish the standard models for all the characters looked a little bit more slick.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's
Most of the time,
like
Ken.
his weird.
They made Ken look like a bum.
He's a bum.
Oh, you don't
He
like
got
Ken's
diverse.
bum look?
I
I
don't.
kind of like. I get it.
I wouldn't mind it as like an alternative, but just I guess the standard skin, I don't love it.
Sure. I mean, I will say there's a lot of characters in the game that I like their classic skins a bit more. I think that's the same thing here. Like I'm looking at now and seeing Alex in his Street Fighter 3 outfit. Yeah, that's speaking to me a bit more than his. You're right, kind of vagrant look, I suppose you would call it.
Yeah, give me my clean face mod. That's right. That's what I need.
He got separated from his wife, and now he's a bum. It makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
I mean, listen.
I frankly, my perception of that in real life is often people start really caring about their appearance when they get separated from their wife.
Right. They start putting on suits for no reason, and that's what I like to see in my Ken.
Start trimming their beard more and losing weight and things like that. This looks I think he looks neat. I really like the power wrestler grapple big strikes thing. I never played as Alex much in any other games, even Third Strikes, but I'd be curious to now, especially since when Street Fighter 6 came out on Switch 2 and I had that, it's actually spending a lot of time just kind of messing around with Zangief and finally learning how to do the full circle grapples and things like that.
A 360.
So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, so I think I would enjoy playing as well.
Chaz?
I love the his a lot of his moves. Kenny Omega did the mocap, right? And they have some of his finishing moves just literally in the game for his supers. One-winged angel and the V trigger. So yeah, that looks super cool.
Yep, that rules. I'm excited. I'm in the mood for some more Street Fighter 6. So we'll use.
And
this
interesting, like
to go back.
We're already going through this this season. The quiff after this is just Ingram, that the girl, and then it'll be time to announce a new season, which is always exciting because it's like we find out every character right on top because they want to sell the season right away. So we'll get a reveal of 4 more characters probably around the summer again, and I'll be curious what the next batch is gonna be. Maybe finally get some Final Fight peeps, something like that, or something weird. Another rival schools character, or here's a Darkstalkers character for whatever reason. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point from Marino. Is now Alex is technically referencing Sephiroth in Street Fighter, which is fun because he does the one-winged angel.
Yeah,
so
that one-winged angel. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
All right, that does it for the headlines we have here. We're gonna take a break, come back, read some super chats, and then later after that we will do a tier list of Resident Evil games. Looking forward to that right after some messages.
Gotta get a drink real quick.
Just say, bring back Hakan. Get that guy.
Get
You went there.
here.
Yeah, cover yourself in hot oil and wrestle with your bros.
Shove a finger up your ass.
Oh.
I mean,
All right,
okay.
now
what
we're
you
stream
do.
fighting.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
That's what they do.
Specifically the thumb up the ass part.
Yeah, the thumb.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it's.
Look
key.
it up.
Okay.
Turkish wrestling.
Man. Visa Reincarnation looks so hot, dude.
You like it? Oh, you were into it? Okay, good.
Yeah, because look, when I thought it was gonna be a Souls-like, I was like, whatever. I sleep.
Yeah, it's
but
it's,
when
no,
they
they're-
show it
yeah,
off,
they're doing so much. Yeah.
when they show it off,
These
and it's
are-
like, oh, you got Stellar Blade in my Pokemon. Oh, now I'm interested.
Do
This
you saw
looks
my
fun.
funny skit? It was pretty good.
I try not to pay attention when you ski, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty
I'll
funny.
take a look.
Let's see here.
Oh,
What's he
Where is it?
skeeting?
it's bad. It's on the chat where I missed it.
I go my bad skeeters list here on Blue Sky to find you. Okay.
Oh wow, you're funny. You get paid for being funny?
No.
He does.
Probably get starving.
I have
then.
to pay.
do.
I have a funny jar I have to put money into.
Yeah, I just saw Christian ski. Clearly, Christian doesn't get paid to be funny. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I am right. I am right, though. People be like, why can't you make the Pokemon games look as good as this motherfucker?
Because they have like a quarter of
I
the
do.
budget.
I do. Well, maybe they should fix that.
Look, I'll be the first person to say Nintendo should do a lot of things.
Nintendo
the
should do a lot
Pokemon
of
company
things.
should do a lot of things.
All right. Fading to black. Coming back up on us after I go to this other tab.
Do you add the super chat, Mike?
Yeah.
All right. Now
5,
bring it back.
4, 3. All right, we're back. Mike, let's do those super chats.
Simon from Saskatchewan says, always impressed you can say Saskatchewan correctly. I got nervous there also.
I
Like,
know.
and I'm going to blow it.
And also,
I'm
it's like,
gonna-
I hope they're not being sarcastic. There's always a chance that they're being sarcastic and we actually say it wrong
Sure.
every time.
Oh, no. Simon says, have you ever seen the old Captain America movie from 1990 with J.D. Salinger's son? If not, you must. It's hilariously bad and free on YouTube, at least in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. I've seen the Punisher movie from that era with freaking the Hoff in it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen this Captain America one.
Me and my brother would get these all the time. We would rent them. We definitely rented the Hulk movies the most because they were the most popular and therefore the easiest to find. I think Captain America then was next most popular. And then we would get, I think there was one of those that had Thor in it, or maybe there was a Thor movie, but we definitely watched one that had Thor. I think it might be a Captain America that
Thor
had
showed up. Did Thor show up in one of the Hulk like Lou Ferrigno
that.
things?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, so that might be
does,
it.
yeah.
Yes, that's probably what it was then. Either way, though, yeah, we would get these all the time, and to us, that was just like the best thing in the world. We're like, oh, superhero movies will never get better than this, and we were right.
Yeah, you're living the good life. And then Simon with the third one here says, ever play My Name is Mayo? I can say I have not. I don't know if I've heard of My Name is Mayo.
No, yeah, I feel like this is a D's nuts joke that I'm missing out on, but it maybe not. Yeah,
No, I bet it's a real game. Is it like is it somebody's name is Mud? Is that what we're doing here? My name is Mayo. Interesting. Eat Your Vegeta says, maybe it's just me, but I thought the gameplay they showed for Fable looked like a game that's pretty early still. I doubt it's out this year. To be honest, I don't know. I didn't really get that impression from it, Jeff, personally.
yeah, I don't see that really. It looks like they're just making a very specific kind of, I don't know if people are like, Dan looked at the combat and he's like, this looks kind of like meh, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna make it a very broad, simple combat because that's not really the focus of the game.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I felt. So yeah, I don't know, maybe if you have more to explain, do so in chat. I'd be curious if other people felt that way.
it's wild because there used to be a lot of games where like it's like, yeah, everybody, you have a 3-attack combo and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
And like, it seems like they're doing that again. And I don't know, maybe we move beyond that, or maybe it can still work for a game like this where, again, combat isn't really a focus. I remember in Fable 3, I was like, this is actually just too simple for me now. I don't feel engaged by this. But we'll see. There could be a lot of other systems at play here that kind of add the meat to the game.
Yep.
Zombie Porn says, what's crazier? The Wake Mike tried to corn dog Jan on the dump truck, or Jeff dying 3 times in 30 seconds on Blight Club? Coco nuttiness.
It was pretty fucking insane when I died immediately on the very first enemy
Right.
in that level in 30 seconds to the point where I lost an entire continue. Like in the blink of an eye. Blink and you'll miss it. But you shouldn't be corn dogging everybody, Mike. What's your problem?
I wasn't corn dogging nothing. I was trying to
That means you're
figure
corn
out what it
dogging
meant.
everything. That's a double negative.
Then I got no. I listening to my audiobooks about the Israeli language. This guy defends double negatives.
I love double negatives. I would only do it when I can accuse you of corn dogging everything. That's the only time I would do that.
Plenty of other languages have double negatives. It's just some rule that we came up with. That's
yeah, because everyone knows
English
what the person means. No
to
one's
say.
ever been confused by a double negative, actually.
No.
Yeah.
No one. Yeah, everyone gets it. Everyone actually gets it.
The point of communication is to
usually the sign.
communicate, so we could just move on instead of being pedantic.
Yeah.
Except for on this podcast, I love being pedantic.
Yeah. Well, you did die to that thing pretty quickly. Then you're doing just the same thing each time and dying and getting mad, and it was disappointed.
Yeah, I just thought the game would be designed so you could hit the enemy, but
Well, the enemy was attacking you, so he hit his bullet instead.
I mean, I hit the bullet a pixel away from hitting them, and
Still pixel.
Yes, you're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
Boy, it brought me so much joy to watch you play that game.
It was probably for the best because then we got to watch me basically beat the game twice.
Yep. Missouri Matt says Pan 15topia, or you could pronounce that as Penistopia, perhaps.
You could
if you wanted to. Hail me 786 says you're a real echidna, Grubb goals. It's okay if you drown while R farming for too long after winning a boss fight.
Shadow boxing, punch, dead.
That's how I do want to go out from literally losing oxygen because I'm aura farming too hard.
That's the way to go.
Tendark says my condolences to anyone who picked any Ubisoft game in the fantasy draft. I seriously considered the Prince of Persia remake, and I'm glad I didn't. Do they have any games set to come out this year right now?
Oh man, I don't know.
What's coming?
So. Yeah, I don't.
We don't even know about an Assassin's Creed, right? Like, there's the rumored Black Flag remake,
right,
but
the
that's
next
probably
Assassin's
delayed.
Creed is Assassin's Creed Hex, which is the one that takes place in the Holy Roman Empire.
Holy Roman Empire.
Yes, but that also feels like it's too early for that. So yeah, I don't think it sounds like they're not going to have anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just had Shadow last year, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, God, that was last year. Yeah,
that was just last year. I don't think we're gonna have. We had that kind of smaller one before Shadow, right? I don't think.
I mean, Assassin's Creed used to be on an annual release cadence. They have not been that way for a long time. At least not for their full Assassin's Creed games.
I mean, I think the plan was for Black Flag to come out this year, but is it going to now? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there was rumors about a Division 1 remaster somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next up here is from T. Bucket. It says, holy crap, I just beat Chapter 8 of F-Zero GX's story mode.
Whoa,
I never
really?
thought beating these chapters were possible. One chapter left. I need to do this.
T. Bucket, that's impressive. Man, those missions are so impossible.
They are infamously hard.
Yes. It's in, and then you do it, and they're like, okay, now do the same level, but on the harder difficulty. Like, no. No. Let me beat the game, and then I'll come back and play on hard if I want to. Insane video game.
Brendy says, hey bros, during excuse me, I almost missed House of Herman here, who said Cubone hatches out of eggs wearing its mom's skull, chin scratching emoji. My understanding is that every single Cubone somehow has the same experience where they're not born with a skull, but eventually while they're young their mom dies and then they get sad and wear the mom's skull, and this happens to every single Cubone. They all make the same decision, and
that's why Cubone is a Disney princess, because that also happens to every Disney princess.
That's right. Now Brendy says, hey bros, during Last Nintendo Dogs, I usually play my Switch, or more often, my Nintendo 64. What should I be playing during this show? Bomberman Hero.
Space Station Silicon Valley.
There you go. Tony Morales says, DBZ episode 77, 13 minutes and 43 seconds. Me after climbing the man breaker. All right. Someone find that frame.
Mm-hmm.
Armani Coleman says, I was wondering, do you know when a state of play might happen? It's fine if not. If they do, I hope a Marvel game show. Yeah, they could do one all just about Marvel stuff, couldn't they, over at PlayStation right now?
Yeah, they could, yeah. I haven't heard anything yet, so I don't know. But I would expect one relatively soon. You
think?
Yeah, do they always do one kind of early in the year? I guess maybe not always. But yeah, I would expect one here pretty soon. I'll find out more here in the next couple of weeks and let y'all know.
Yeah, gotta see more Wolverine and whatever. What else are we expecting from PlayStation this year aside from Wolverine? I guess we don't really know.
Yeah. Soros. George Soros.
Yeah. And Tokon. Yeah, right. The fighting game. So
So they got some stuff.
Next up is Cody Bishop. Have you seen the new Masters of the Universe trailer? No, I have not, and I don't know if I will.
I really like that hokey old Masters of the Universe movie, and I don't think this compares too favorably to it. It's hokey still, and it's maybe the exact same level of hokey, but I'm sure this is a me and age thing, whatever. Today's hokiness, today's cheese is just straight up worse than previous eras hokiness. Like when things were cheap and plastic in old movies, to me that was a little bit more charming than when it's like visual effects plasticky, which this definitely has. It looks a lot more like that modern Power Rangers movie instead of the older Power Rangers movie. So yeah, I'm not super into it.
I don't want to shock you, but I was thinking about the Flintstones literally today.
What?
And how... Yeah, I know, and how incredible it is that we got that live action movie when we did.
Yes.
Like in the middle of the 90s when they made a lot of practical stuff and just really absurd sets and costumes. And we still had like a CG Dino and he looked crazy and, very early CG. It's like, boy, that movie just came out at that time where it was going to look like that. And like basically it came out 10 years later, would have just been a very different thing.
Yep. And probably a much sadder thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Our Armani Coleman's back again. When the state of play happens, you think that Rise of Hydra will be there, or more like Summer Game Fest? Maybe that. I don't think that probably won't be at the state of play because that's not actually Sony.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yes, unless it was like much closer to coming, then maybe they would give it its own state of play. Even, Summer Game Fest. If Sony does something around Summer Game Fest, which is never a guarantee.
Kono Nekusama says, "It's Street Fighter, Jeff. Not look at Infinity Nikki."
I mean, why can't it be both? Come on. I want to buy your skins and put all these cute people into bathing suits. Let's do it.
I'll be there. And then Joa O. William says, I have two good suggestions for Blight Club. Beverly Hills Cop for PlayStation 2 and the PS2 version of VIP starring Pamela Anderson. Both obscure Europe-only releases. Please put them on the research list. I think we made Sean play VIP at one of the Extra Life things.
That was Sean's Blight Club game, yes.
Yeah, and it's very funny, and it's very bad. It's also incredibly short, and it is just QuickTime events. That's all the game is.
Painful, yes.
It's funny. Rules. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Oh, I'm glad you did. Beverly Hills Cop, that is definitely one that we've considered. I think we did Beverly Hills Cop for a license to thrill. And it was rough. So yeah, we'll definitely consider that. Oh no, wait, I think we did Bad Boys. We did Bad Boys. That's what it was.
Bad Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is Ink Goblin, who says Hitman is adding cross save. I can play on Switch too. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad even when I was starting Switch 2, then there was a part of me that's like, oh, I'm on this fucking fake boat again. I just hope that I hope they've spruced up that version a bit. I remember being pretty disappointed with how it ran on Switch 2 at launch.
Yeah, I mean, there's what better excuse than cross save to make sure that version is as good as it possibly can be. I hope that's the case. Either way, though, having my PC save, which again I think is my save with the most progression everywhere, will be fantastic. I mean, it would be even better if it's like, oh, you have more progression in the Hitman 2 levels on this platform. Do you want to pick and choose? I bet it doesn't work that way. But whatever. I have 4 or 5 different saves for that game. I'll be happy to just have one.
Darachi says, what's your favorite flavor of sparkling water? I've been drinking the root beer the root beer Liquid Death a lot lately. Then other than that, LaCroix's Limoncello. I'm going through that quite a lot lately. My girlfriend turned me onto that one. It's been my go-to for a while now.
I like carbonation a lot. Carbonation is fantastic. I prefer still water. I will always prefer still water, even with the flavors and all that stuff. So I will abstain.
And then Alex WP says, Grubb, I'm stuck at 4 million points in Sectori. Help me, Sensei.
Well, if they paid us money, Mike, I mean, I can't deny them. Yeah, you can chain your strikes together more than you think you can. You do a strike, and then if you do a strike into a token, you get your strike back, right? If you do your strike into nothing, if you spend your upgrade points in that moment, it will give you your strike back. So now you can then go find a token, strike into that, and continue it. And you want to keep your strike combo going as high as you can, because when it's at 10x, you get the most points for doing the normal stuff in that game.
Today I got the cap on the strike.
10x.
It gave me 200. Yeah, I got the 10x and the cap on the chain.
Yes, on the chain for killing enemies. Okay, yes.
And it gives you 250,000 just off the rip. And I was like, shit.
Okay, man, I gotta focus on that. I've been focusing on keeping that chain going as well, which is killing enemies back to back, which means you kind of have to like kill them a little slow sometimes, so that new ones will fill in, at least in the early game.
The thing is, if you use if you use your upgrade to when you're reloading your thing, it will reset your chain. So
it won't.
Yeah, it resets the chain sometimes. It does it for me.
Okay,
I don't know what's there's like.
I wonder if that's maybe when you do the score one. I wouldn't be surprised if that does it. Like it cashes in your score right then or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that's that's what's happening.
That's the thing. Yes.
Oh, that actually might be how that works, Christian. We should look into that. Okay.
Yes. Oh my god.
All right. And they just try to get better at surviving. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for the super chats for now. Thank you, everybody. We will read any more super chats that come in before the end of the show, so keep them coming. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mike. All right, we're going to take another break just so we can get set up for our next thing, which is a Resident Evil games tier list. We'll be right back after this. All right.
I found that episode, by the way. You want me to show it?
Well, you have like the timestamp?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you want to just put it on the overlay or whatever?
Oh, this. Oh, I see.
Let me see.
Oh. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, it's after he fuses with Nail. Right. Right. Nail.
You're going to take on too loud because this is going to back to England to the space and then back to me. Oh, where is no audio? What the hell? Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Okie dokie. There's that. There's this. Let's get that captured. Ba-da-dum, 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 bum, bum, bum. Let's see here.
Pretty good.
I'm so excited to wear my Roosevelt tomorrow.
You're gonna look cool, dude. Legitimately.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy
I
always
was upset to find out that company's name is Roosevelt.
Me too. I dislike it. I thought it was Results. And
yeah, I thought it was Result. Yeah.
Yep. And then Backlar was like, "You mean Roosevelt's?" I was like, "The fuck you mean?"
Oh man.
Oh, there actually you got a clean read on that one. Should add that to the
clean read on which one?
the soundboard. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Everybody, can you see this all right? This, I mean, look.
I see it.
Okay, it looks fine.
The tiers look good. Yes. You'll
Okay.
have to scroll for the games themselves, but
Yes, I think I'll just scroll a little bit because there's.
Because it's not just mainline. This is including spin-offs.
That's good, actually.
Okay.
Jeff, what's
everything.
the rightmost game in the top row for you?
Oh yeah, let's take a look here. It is. Let's see. Umbrella. No, Reverse is the one on the bottom right. I don't know what the one on the top right is. So let me see. I can maybe.
Okay, if you don't know, because Resident Evil 4 for us, so that means that's cut off.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right. There's just one more game there.
Yeah. When you move things into the tier list, it's going to move along. Anyway,
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think this will be
Right,
okay.
but I mean, like once they're in the tiers, if there's a long
sure.
tier, it might.
That's
get
true.
You know,
cut
I
off.
think
that probably won't happen.
it's cut off on the right hand side because there's the gears and the up and down arrows. So I think it's like right there. I think we're good. Like
I also don't think you'll have that many in one tier.
this would be the
It'll
furthest
probably
it would
be fine.
go, right here.
Okay, you're good then. Cool.
Okay. Let's see here. Gonna do this. Let's fade back over there. Are we good to go?
We're good to go, baby.
Fade to black. Back in. 5, 4, 3. All right, Mike, it's time for us to make our decision this week. This time we are deciding a tier list of Resident Evil video games. We have the tier maker list right here. Christian, did you make this or did you find this? I bet there was one of these already.
I found this.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. All right, so Mike, I guess you want to lay down any sort of like guiding principles, or any sort of gut like reactions to like the best way to approach this. What do you have?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of spin-offs here that I haven't played, so I don't know.
I will make a one down here that we'll just leave them down here as if we haven't played them, and then we'll ask. Chat
They're
for
bigger
help.
ones I haven't played. Maybe I'll just ask chat where it should go.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
All right. Let's see here. I'm probably going to need help deciphering some of these icons. Most of them I can make sense of, like this first one, which is Resident Evil 1, Mike. And we have for audio listeners, there's S, A, B, C, and D. I think it's gonna be tough for me. Resident Evil 1. I would probably suggest for the A tier immediately. But you tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, I played through this version like a year or two ago, and I was surprised how much fun this version still was.
It still is fun, yes.
Yeah, it's funny because I think the presentation of it went from back in the day somehow not feel like it was so technically impressive that we didn't care how campy it was to immediately feeling way too campy and dated to now being really fun and
really
silly.
Charming, yes.
Incredibly charming, the bad voice acting and the live action stuff. The design of the mansion is still really good. So yeah, I still like Resident Evil 1 a lot. It definitely can get better from here, but I think it's still A.
When you went back, which version did you play? Because I think I was playing Director's Cut. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was playing recently. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic.
That's the one you want. You don't want the DualShock edition because it changed the music and made it worse.
Yes, it made it worse.
Also, you don't need DualShock for a tank control game. It's stupid.
It's a dumb idea. All right, Resident Evil 2.
This is just kind of a better Resident Evil 1 in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely improved the presence. You can see the Resident Evil 1 money in this thing. You have the CG cutscenes now. The PlayStation is so fun to explore. It's one of the PlayStation 1 games, right? It's part of that 1998 is the best year of gaming ever argument to fun characters to play as. We got our first Leon. It's either A or S.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I feel like we could be pretty safe putting it right into S. I think yes, S is going to get crowded for the Resident Evil franchise. Big surprise. I think Resident Evil 2 probably deserves it, and we can always adjust things later. Nothing is set in stone here.
Yeah, I think putting that one in S is completely safe and fine.
All right, that takes us to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Yeah, this is definitely the weakest of them for me.
Yeah, how weak is kind of where I'm like, is this B or C? Like,
yeah, I don't think it's C. I bet it's still a B. There's still obviously some good stuff here. You know, we all like Jill. Being more in like the actual city and like the streets more often was interesting. And the whole Nemesis thing is fun. That's a memorable character. We all remember Nemesis. So there's still obviously stuff here, but yeah, I don't think it compares to 1 and 2.
Yep, I think so. We'll put that into B. All right, the next one we have on the list here, Resident Evil Survivor. Do we just want to like skip that one, or
I think we can skip Survivor.
Chad, if you have strong feelings about any of these ones that we skip, we'll listen to you. Feel free to shout at us. Resident Evil Code Veronica. I played a lot of this. I did not beat it. I don't know if have you played any of it?
A little bit of it. More watching my brother play it on our Dreamcast. Actually, it's so funny. I feel like there's been people have turned on this one a little bit. I remember when it was new, where people loved it.
Yeah,
and now people kind of talk about it as being a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I was confused about that at the time. I'm like, I get what you're going. Well, part of it was like I went back to play it after I played Resident Evil 4. That did not help. But yeah, I played it. Was like, yeah, no, this is good, but it doesn't feel like it's got quite the cohesion that Resident Evil 1 and definitely 2 had. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put it. I don't know if I want to put it in C though. I feel like it's probably a B.
I think it's still also a B. I think that's fair. It's weird because this was the first one you don't have the pre-rendered backgrounds, which at the time everybody was really impressed by. I thought it was cool. And now because of that, it kind of just looks worse than the like PlayStation 1 games in some ways. Hey, now get that out of here.
Resident Evil Gaiden, of course, immediately into S tier. Yeah. Do you want to deal with Gaiden?
You deal with Gaiden. Just get it off of S.
All right. Well, we'll put that down in C. That could be our first C.
I think that's fair.
All right. Resident Evil Survivor 2. We can skip that unless people want to start just throwing those into D. We can go to Resident Evil Remake.
Oh, it's all right. Time for Resident Evil Remake. That's such an S tier.
Yep.
Such an easy S tier.
That's an easy S tier.
What a gorgeous game. So stinking pretty to look at. Gosh, just that mansion is so freaking incredible. Looking at the pre-rendered backgrounds and the lighting, just the way they expand the game and change it up a little bit, super interesting. This is basically the blueprint for all kind of reimagined style remakes, right? Gosh, led to so many good things. It's still kind of the best Halloween game, I think, is this one right here.
I'm with you.
Is it worse than Resident Evil 2 or better? Because the placement matters in the tier list.
Yeah, I think it's better than 2, so they would go above in front of 2.
Okay, gotcha. We will do that then. And I think we have one other one that has 2. I think we want to keep Nemesis in front of Code Veronica, probably. That's what I would do anyhow.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, let's see here. Resident Evil 0.
Top. I've only ever played a little bit of this.
Same.
I want to play more.
I played a little bit of it. Maybe we can gauge chat. My gut would be C.
Everyone talks about it like a C is sort of where people seem to be on it, which is weird because it is like, it almost feels like, hey, we took the Resident Evil remake engine, we just made its own game out of it. But it seems like there's a lot of annoying things with the way that you swap characters. There's some rough edges. A shame, actually, because I love the idea.
Love the
of
idea.
Resident Evil 0. But yeah, I see a lot of season chat. There's one who says a B above Code Veronica even, but I think C before Gaiden is probably correct.
All right. Oh, I wanted to see if this had the name of Resident Evil. Okay, I don't know. Which Resident Evil is this one right here? The guy pointing at it says Resident Evil Deadly.
Deadly Aim?
Oh,
Or
yeah, Deadly Aim. Thank you, Mike. We could skip that one probably, huh?
That's Dead Aim. That's
okay,
right.
Dead Aim.
Yeah.
Okay, then Resident Evil Outbreak. Did you play any Outbreak?
Christian?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? We can skip this one. I don't want to be like involved with this tier list in case like people chooses violence against you and then I get. Like,
Oh wow. Okay, I thought you were like being a neutral observer. And you're really just trying to save your own skin. Okay, I see.
Yeah. I don't want to get shot in the streets. For this
that I
tier list,
respect that way more.
All right. Everyone chat's thinking about Dead Aim. You tell us, everyone, where does Dead Aim go? I know some people have thoughts about Dead Aim, the light gun game.
I never touched a Dead Aim. These guys don't know Dead Aim. Shaking my head. Yeah, sure, go ahead. I never touched.
I think Dead Aim's the one that you kind of move around in. It's also kind of a light gun game. Throw some letters at us, chat.
I've seen one
C.
person say
it's
B.
A C.
It's a C.
It's a C.
It's not good.
Is it better or worse than Resident Evil 0?
It goes between 0 and Gaiden.
Okay,
all right. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. Should we just skip this one? Resident Evil 4.
No one's played that.
Yeah, no one's.
It's weird they gave it a number. That's clearly an S.
Clearly an S, and then the question is it number 1 in S ahead of Remake?
That one's hard. I think it's in front of Resident Evil 2.
Yes. It is.
These days I definitely like Resident Evil Remake more, I think, actually.
I love Resident Evil 4. I'm kind of with you. Remake's the one where I feel myself pulled back to more frequently. God, it looks so cool still. It's like the best pre-rendered visuals ever in a game. It's so amazing. Okay. Then, so Resident Evil 4, one of the best, like the action game in a lot of ways, like the definitive action game. It's still S tier though, right behind Remake. Okay. Let's see. That was Outbreak.
Umbrella Chronicles.
Umbrella Chronicles.
Kind of a fun game, actually. This is the first of the Wii light gun games. I kind of enjoy this thing. I wouldn't mind giving this a B. It's a low B. It's pretty low.
I never played
Veronica,
it. I trust you.
But I like the Umbrella Chronicles.
All right then, Resident Evil 5. I mean, it's probably a C. I don't think
It might still be a B.
I don't know. I mean, okay.
I played through it twice back then,
okay.
man. Like, I definitely had fun with it at least.
As a reminder for audio listeners, A is Resident Evil 1. B is Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica, and Umbrella Chronicles. C is Resident Evil 0, Deadly Aim, and Gaiden. When I look at it like that, okay, you're right. It probably goes with B. The other games.
It's got the co-op is super fun.
The co-op is a lot of fun, and it actually looks better than a lot of other games of its era. It was definitely brown in a lot of ways and dusty like those games just all are, but still it looked a little bit better than a lot of them.
It definitely has issues. I mean, there's cultural issues. The story's bad. It's weird how level-based it is for a Resident Evil game, right? So it's very linear for a Resident Evil. But yeah, I would put it B, maybe below Code Veronica, but ahead of Umbrella Chronicles.
That's where I have it. I agree with that. All right, which Resident Evil is this one?
That would be Dark Side Chronicles, I believe that's called. So it's the sequel to Umbrella Chronicles, which I don't know. I never played this one as much as Umbrella Chronicles or care about as much. My gut is that's probably just a bit worse than Umbrella, unless chat knows that this is like somehow like, oh, this is the better one. You can speak up, but to me, just probably goes right below Umbrella.
Okay, I'm going to put it behind Resident Evil 0, but ahead of Deadly Aim. All right. Let's see. Resident Evil 3D, The Mercenaries. Is that what this one is?
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
That one's like, I think I might have played this one. I don't care about it. So I'm just
I
gonna
don't
skip
care.
it.
I never got it that much into Mercenaries anyways, yeah.
Resident Evil Revelations, I believe, is this one. I like this game a bunch. It's like close to an A for me, but I think it might just top out the B. But did you play any Revelations?
No, this one is on my to-do list, so I'm going to defer to you on that.
I like it quite a bit, but I think I'm just going to put it at the top of B. It's really good, especially for the platform and what you're playing it on. I never played Revelations 2, though. We'll talk about that here in a second. But Resident Evil Revelations was pretty solid.
Yeah, because I've seen in chat, and I see this a lot too, like, everyone seemed really into Revelations at the time, and now people don't seem that into it now. People are kind of rougher on Revelations these days.
Right, that I can see that. It's probably hard to go back to.
Well, I think in a pre-Resident Evil 7 world, I think a lot of people are like, wow, Resident Evil is going back to its roots now. And now maybe it just doesn't kind of seem as impressive at that perspective.
It definitely wouldn't. It's okay. Yeah, I agree with the Revelations was an A at the time, mid, low B now. I'm still going to leave it ahead of Nemesis, but yeah, we'll keep it in B. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at on these ones? What is this one?
Operation Raccoon City.
Oh, God. I had no idea that thing.
Yeah.
I just put it in D?
We could just let's give D some population. There we go.
I think that one just stinks of D.
And let's give it a neighbor. Resident Evil 6. What do you say?
You know what? Yeah. I mean, look, you can put it up front of it, I guess, but
why not?
I resent Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Just gosh, it seemed like it was going to kill the franchise, even though it sold really well. It just no one liked it. No one liked that thing.
And it was like such a like where does Resident Evil go after that? And it's like, well, they figured it out, but it didn't feel like they were going to figure out for a while.
They had to they really had to reinvent the series, go back to basics a bit, because this game was so excessive. This is a big example of the excess that was happening in games. Everything had to be bigger, bigger, bigger. To the point where they had this game with like 3 or 4 campaigns, and it's the end of the world, and all the stars are here, and it's fucking dumb and ugly.
What is this one? It says Umbrella Corp. Umbrella Corp again.
Umbrella Corp.
Okay.
It's the multiplayer.
It's the one that I always get mixed up with that other one we just put into D, where I bet this one goes also. They were really trying to make multiplayer Resident Evil happen there for a bit.
They're always trying to do that. Like, they've never stopped, and they've been doing it from the start. It's crazy. But all right. Resident Evil 7. That's what we have up next. Mike, you tell me where you think this goes. I know that.
Well, that's just like, I'm actually going to start playing this very soon. This is the next game I'm playing on my stream.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I played a little bit.
I've watched people play it.
Yeah.
I mean, my my instinct here, just like where people seem to regard it, is A. I think A is where most people would say for this one, honestly. You let me know if that sounds wrong.
No, I think that sounds right, and I think that's kind of the response we're getting early on from chat as well.
Yeah, chat's helping us out here. I'm seeing A.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right. Resident Evil 2 remake.
Big S. So freaking good.
Yes, just honestly, it's like where on S is the conversation. So S is Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 2.
I think in front of original Resident Evil 2, behind OG 4.
Yeah, that's
like right. I could be convinced to put it above 4, but maybe behind.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh, this is one of those 2019 bangers. It's still one of the best looking games. It's so gorgeous. They did a great job of of making the more third person Resident Evil 4 camera perspective game feel like an original Resident Evil. Gosh, like the original Resident Evil feel here is just incredible. Again, very smart updates to the story and the characters and just some of the content in the game itself. It's very much in the mold of the Resident Evil 1 remake, just many years later.
We skipped Revelations 2. I'm realizing. Does chat have anywhere where they want us to put that? I again never played it. That's one I do want to go back to though.
I know Barry is in it. So that's gotta at least keep it at B for Barry.
Okay. People are saying A, B, C. Cool. I've seen a couple of A's. There's a couple of C's. B,
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I can't.
You know what?
Sean says B.
And that's also
Sean.
And B is also becoming kind of the average now of the general consensus in chat. So we'll go B.
Yeah.
All
B
right.
for Barry.
B for Barry.
Sean, where in B? You have to tell us.
Yeah.
Where do we slot
Let's
it
see
in?
what else is in B? I would say top of B.
Okay.
Top of B. Wow.
Top
Okay.
of B.
Look at that.
Like it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I should
Nice.
play it then. All right. Resident Evil Resistance.
God, what the fuck was this one? They kept doing this.
They
This
just
is-
kept
this is
doing it.
This is the Resident Evil 3 multiplayer thingy, I think.
Cool.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Bomba was.
I think it's like an asymmetrical thingy where like. What's that reverse? Fuck. Which
Now,
one
reverse
is
is
that?
I know.
Same
Yeah, that might be
They're the same
reverse.
shit. They're both on the bottom.
We're
They
skipping
both
it.
suck.
Resident Evil 3 remake. This is let's see, where do we have Resident Evil 3 right now? B. This is probably also a B.
I'll tell you that maybe this is controversial. I think it's an A.
I
think people
I was
are
not between B and C. I was definitely between A and B.
Yeah. I think some people act like this game's bad, and that's crazy to me. This game is still a ton of fun. It clearly does not have enough content.
Put it
and
at the
I know
end
they
of
cut some
B,
stuff
end of A.
out
Then.
from the
Yeah, let's put it just at
Yeah.
the underside of A. Yeah.
I think it's still actually super fun. Great moments. The final fight against Nemesis is super cool. I think either bottom of A or top of B is fine for me. I kind of like at the bottom of A.
Yeah, no, I think that I'm down with that. That looks completely fine to me. Resident Evil Village.
I think that's another A, right?
I mean, it's like it's so fun, and it's got a lot of like really great parts, and then a lot of really good parts, and for me that stacks up to an A, pretty easily.
Yeah. There's big highs here. Then there's kind of some other moments where sort of rides for a bit. I know some people I think went S for this one. Again, I think it doesn't quite maintain S the entire time, but definitely still an A.
We could put it at the top of A, or maybe right behind Resident Evil 1.
Maybe right behind 1.
Yeah, that looks right to me.
In front of 7.
And in front of 7. That's right. That sounds perfect to me. Reverse, the most recent multiplayer
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't. We should have just the tier at the bottom that's lame multiplayer attempts. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
You can do it.
I'll make
You
that,
can
yeah.
add it if you want.
I'll add
I
that.
just
Yep.
can't keep up with all of this shit. What the hell are these things? God.
It's unbelievable. Resident Evil 4 remake.
I think it's the best one.
I agree. I do agree.
Ah,
I love that
freaking-
game.
I loved it a ton. I mean, I played through the game like 6 times or something, right? Just constantly increasing the difficulty mode and trying to get a better score at the end. Just such good feeling combat. It's still, definitely, like more action oriented, but they made it a little bit spookier than perhaps original Resident Evil 4 was. I do appreciate that. And I think the script is better. I think the characters are better overall than in the original game, which was, having a bit of that, early 2000s writing stank on it at this point, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, just a slick, fun roller coaster ride of a game. So freaking good.
There's a reason I'm constantly thinking about the Red 9 from this game. I'm just that's just a great gun to shoot, as are all of the weapons in this game. And that pairing system, it was such a great addition. If you are remaking a game, put a parry system in. That worked well for Samus Returns or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
There
that
you
for your
go.
remakes. It's so fun. It looks great. I think they did a great job with the characters and all that stuff. Just all around, it's really well done. And then Resident Evil Requiem, which is not out yet, so we're not actually going to be putting that on the tier list. But I am hopeful it is another S, and I think there's a really good chance that it is. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Although, I kind of expect an A, just because I do think that is where the actual number games have been. The remakes have been the ones that I've actually liked more than the quote unquote new ones, even though the new ones are very good as well. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's an A, but it could be an S. And who knows? Maybe they'll really mess everything up again, and we're back in Resident Evil 6 land. That'd be exciting.
Okay. Is Mercenaries was kind of like a challenge mode, right? Was it multiplayer?
It's a challenge mode thing. Yeah, that's what that is.
All right,
yeah,
we just won't do that.
Yeah,
then.
I never. The only time I ever played it much was in Resident Evil 4, actually. So yeah.
Oh, Resident Evil Survivor is a PSX light gun game. Okay.
Yeah, the Survivor games are spared, I believe.
Okay. So then it's these four: Outbreak 2, I'm fucking guessing, Resistance and Reverse.
Well, Umbrella Corps, I believe, is one of them
Umbrella
as
Corps.
well.
Yeah, but we put that in like another one of these ones, right?
The problem is
start
is
down
it
here.
Outbreak? It's called. That's actually good.
Okay. Well, then I'll just say multiplayer slop. There you go. Fixed.
There you go. Now it's
Good enough.
it's not slop, so it's spared now. There you go.
All right. Does this tier list look good to you, Mike? Can we lock it in?
I think it looks good to me, Jeff.
All right. So let's go through it. S is Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 4. I guess the first one was Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then Resident Evil 2. A is Resident Evil 1, then Village, then 7, then 3 Remake. B is Resident Evil Revelations 2, Resident Evil Revelations. 3 Nemesis, Code Veronica. 5, and which one is this? Umbrella Chronicles?
Umbrella Chronicles.
Thank
yeah.
you. C is Resident Evil 0. Then what is this one? This
Dark
blue.
Side Chronicles.
Dark Side Chronicles. I forgot it existed since we last talked about it. Dead Aim and Gaiden, and then D is Resident Evil 6 and this one.
Umbrella Corps.
I think I moved Umbrella Corps down here. So
Wait, what was that one?
what is this?
Is this Mercenaries?
No, Mercenaries is down
Operation
here.
Raccoon City.
Operation Raccoon City. Thank you.
Okay, and then multiplayer slop is all that multiplayer slop. All right, good work. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help, Chad. Thanks for the help, Sean. Thanks for abstaining completely, Christian. And good work, Mike Minotti. All right, we're going to take another quick break, come back, clean up Super Chats, talk about what we've been playing, and then we're going to get out of here. We'll be right back. Okay.
You can hit that download button. It's gonna give you a PNG.
I will do so now.
You
Download
can share,
image.
and then I don't know. Do you have a bunker or something to hide? You have a safe house.
I
where
think
you can,
Resident Evil fans are reasonable and understanding people.
You are funny.
All right, let's do this.
So
Save
did I
it.
hit the button?
Is there anything egregious? I don't think there's anything too egregious on this list.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's see here. Can I open in Paint? Let's not worry about it. Okay, Mike, if I bring it back, are you good to talk about what we've been playing? I can't imagine you wouldn't be.
I'm good.
All right. Fade into black. Back
Okay.
in. 5, 4, 3. All right, we're back. It's Decides. Now it's time to talk about what we've been playing. Let's start with Mike Minotti. What have you been into?
I did check out Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate on the Switch too, Jeff.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, I was going to be curious about your assessment there. I've heard lots of good things.
Yeah, I didn't play a ton of it, but I was definitely I was just so curious to see how this game runs on a Switch 2. Yeah, runs well. It's definitely, the 30 frames per second thing, so it's not the smoothest thing in the world, but certainly is good enough, especially, on that screen, being cozy in bed. I didn't do any docked mode stuff or anything like that, but I could totally see myself playing through that entire game like that. So, if people are in a situation where, they don't have a great PC, they don't have a PlayStation 5, but you have a Switch 2, like this is an incredibly viable way to play one of my favorite games from the last, 5 years or so, whatever it has been. So yeah, it's always nice to see one of these ports come out looking this well. So a game like Final Fantasy VII, like that was a game like, oh, that's a real heavy game. That's so graphically intense. That can't be on Switch 2. Oh, it is. It looks great, actually.
Yep, and it's like, I get it. I get that game's quite a few years old now, but it still looks great, and they could put it out as is right now, and I wouldn't blink an eye at that for the most part. And so, yeah, it's great that a game like this just runs on Switch 2, and it runs in the way that you would expect it to run, where it's like, oh, it's better than the PS4 version. It has some features from the other consoles, and because it's DLSS, gets a little bit extra juice. It's, as always with these games, I just say it's encouraging because we have a lot of years ahead of us with the Switch 2, and I hope it continues to get games like this going forward from third parties. That would be nice to see.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see if Rebirth is possible, right? Because you expect that they would want to put the sequel on there, but it is just a very different thing with the open world and all this other stuff. I hope.
Yep. And it's like I'm at a point where it's like I would almost expect the third one to be able to run better, just because they will be a little bit more mindful about these devices, like the Switch 2, obviously, but even like the Steam Deck. I think they want to support all these things, and so they might make their game a little bit more scalable going forward, as opposed to that game, which was pretty heavy on some devices. All right, anything else, Mike?
No, Sean says Rebirth is in development, they've said, though, so interesting.
Great, wonderful to hear.
Yeah, I was playing through Nine Souls this week, and I finished that one.
How was that final boss?
Tuesday. The final boss is super fun.
good.
Very difficult. I think it was like 50 tries. Like you get in and out of there pretty quick, so that's maybe not as exhausting as. So it's pretty similar to my experience with the last boss on Silksong, I would say, actually, in terms of like how much time I spent doing attempts on it. But, this game is very parry focused, and just getting those parry windows down and just getting the reads down where I know, okay, usually if this boss does this, then this is going to happen. Or, okay, if I see her put her hands like that, this thing's coming. And then, there's multiple phases, and each time you crawl and scratch to the next phase, and then the very beginning of the phase, you die immediately. And you're like, oh my God, what do I even do there? But you learn that phase. Not only that, but now you're at a point where that first phase, which used to seem so difficult, it's like, I could get through that hit list, and that feels amazing. You're literally feeling like Neo, right? Just kind of blocking every single move. So yeah, absolutely an all-timer final boss. Just the bosses of that game in general were fantastic. Freaking loved it. So it's like the Metroidvania-ness of it and the kind of exploring the platforming is pretty good, right? So that stuff's like an 8 or yeah, like that stuff's like an 8 or a 7, and the boss fights is a 10. Where you almost wish there were more boss fights. It's not as dense with bosses as a Silksong is, which I think is one of that game's
40 boss fights or whatever, right? Exactly, yeah.
Right, but still really good. I know I talked before about how the game's pretty talky, and it is, but it's a good story, and I was very invested in it by the end, and was happy to kind of see what was going to happen to all these characters and all these people I learned about, and just had a good time learning about this weird ancient civilization of cat people.
I don't know, kind of hearing this. I think I probably am not going to rush back to it, but I'll probably give it another chance at some point. I didn't realize the boss fights were that good. So I was going in there being like, oh, okay, Metroidvania. And I'm like, I kind of see where this is going. I bet it's going to be good, but not great. And there's a lot of other stuff to play. And it's like, I don't think I got to any real boss fights in that game before I kind of gave up on it. So, all right, lesson learned.
Yeah. And it's longer for one of these. I think maybe, let's see. I had 16.7 hours of playtime. So compared to a Silksong, which was like 40, it's not the longest, but it's definitely meatier than your average Castlevania or Metroid game can be, sure.
I have kind of been playing the same stuff I was playing last week, some Super Tenpen, some Rhythm Doctor. I did start A Merchant's Promise. I don't fully understand it yet. This is a game where you play as a merchant and you have a reputation level and you got to go from one city to the next and you want to like buy stuff at a low price in one town and then you physically take it to the other town and you try to sell it there at a higher price. And that requires you to like keep everything in your cart as you go over rocky terrain and maybe have to ford a river and stuff like that. And it's physics-based. So it's like you have to deal with the consequences of maybe going a risky route because it saved you money instead of taking the King's Road, which has a fee attached to it, which would eat into your margins. You go this other way, but it's more dangerous. There could be even like enemies out there to take you out. I'm like figuring out just the basics still, though, of like, how do I sell things? It's like, oh, I got to like put everything on the counter, then talk to the guy and say, wait, I've sold everything. Where's my money? Oh, the money's in this basket over there. Okay, I have the money now. The money's physical as well. Where do I pick it up and put it in my cart? It's like, oh no, you have to press this button to put it in your purse. So I'm still like learning its idiosyncrasies while still being like, I can tell that this is a Jeff Grubb game and I need to just take my time, learn those things so I can get to that point of it. It's very much in the Mud Runner vein of, you have to deal with the consequences of your actions in a physics-based world, and that will always be my jam. And then, yeah, it's a lot more sectory. My runs are getting better every time. I'm glad that Dan actually beat my score because it has been fun to get to the point where it's like that 12 million I got was like white knuckling it and just kind of like staring at the screen, unblinking. And now I'm basically doing a run like that every time, even on my bad runs. My bad runs are like 13 million points. And I'm at a point where it's like, if I just get a good run, it's all going to like click and I'm going to crush Dan's score. But yeah, I really like this kind of gaming. You talk about enjoying tough boss battles, Mike. For me, it's like,
yeah,
going against other human beings in a competition is like the epitome of that for me, where it's like, okay, that I've found a new challenge and this person can push back on me and push me even further. And it's the hardest kind of gaming that I usually engage with. And I love it. I just really have a good time going after that for a while. And I'll be happy when it's done and I can have my life back a little bit, but it's cool to be in the heat of the moment and just wanting to chase. And that's good. All right, but that's it for me. Any other games, Mike, you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm good. We got a few more super chats here I can bring up if you're ready.
Yeah, let's do the super chats, please.
See, our Monty Coleman's back says, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man running on walls is cool, but Wolverine traversal looks pretty cool too, especially with his claws. Yeah, I worry about that a little bit, honestly. Like, I want the traversal to feel incredible. And I do think that Spider-Man stuff was feeling very good in those games. And I don't expect Wolverine to be as traversal focused a game.
No, it should be a different kind of game, right? But the traversal was a huge part of my enjoyment. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure we'll see more of that game soonish. X-Core Games has been a Lincoln member for 40 months. Thank you so much. Hey, gents,
thanks,
hope all is well. Thank you, X-Core. Yeah, everything's good. And, well, personally. But Plufim says, 3 new amiibos, the sickness never ends. Yeah, I think you told me you heard, or somebody said, like, yeah, they're bringing amiibos back. They're focusing on it more. And
a lot of amiibos this year, according to Super Nick, yeah, or Special Nick.
And we've got some more here. We got Elephant Mario, Poplin and Prince Florian together, and Captain Toad and Talking Flower together, all for Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is getting the Switch 2 edition, which they talked a bit more about today. So yeah, I definitely I like amiibos. I don't know if any of these ones specifically are calling to me, Jeff, but I'm glad to get more amiibos. I think they're fun.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not like one of these initiatives that's just slowly like dwindling down. It dwindled a little bit. Seems like it's plateaued, and they're like, yeah, let's just keep doing it at this level. And I'm sure it's like making money for them, especially because the amiibo are getting more and more expensive.
So they added Rosalina as a playable character for Wonder, and part of me forgot that she wasn't there originally. Now, in 3D World, Rosalina had like a very different moveset. The thing with Wonder is that all the characters basically controlled the same, except for Yoshi.
That's right.
Yeah,
that will be true here as well, except for, I mean, I guess, do you know the gimmick with Rosalina in this one?
No, I haven't seen this video yet.
So the gimmick is you get a Luma with you, and the Luma will go around and do stuff, and that can be also be controlled by a human player using a Joy-Con, or they can take the Joy-Con and make it a mouse and move the Luma around that way. And so they're like, oh, this is great for second players who maybe are scared of controllers but aren't scared of mice. I'm like, well, okay, that's probably a small segment, but sure, I get it.
And then
ahead,
Orange
please.
Bash came in here, said Bits and Bops is also a fun Rhythm Heaven like that recently came out.
Okay.
Bits and Bops.
I love Rhythm Heaven. I love a lot of it. It's actually had a lot of good clones. That's one of those ones where it's like we always talk about the clones of these big games. They often don't quite get close to the original. This is a genre where it's like, oh, this one's mostly figured out, and you just got to make sure you get the charm right.
Yeah, and looking at this, it's very Rhythm Heaven. Looks fun.
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
All right, I'll grab it. All right, that does it, right, Mike, for the super chats?
That looks like it.
I think that's going to do it for us then. I'm going to hit this this button right here. And actually turn the volume back up because I turned it down for the early intro. There we go. All right, Mike, I don't know. What should we tell the folk? You got anything happening?
Well, new 90s Disney, if it's not out, should be out soon. We did like Sophie's Choice, but Minotti's Choice. We went through each Orlando park. Yeah, right. And it was like, all right, only one ride stays, only one restaurant stays. It's like that. So it was a fun time. Hey, Monday Morning's Bits with Mitch is tomorrow.
Of course.
Yes, we're doing it on a Friday there. So yeah, that's happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Everybody, we're gonna play some Myst. We were off this Monday, so we've rescheduled it. We had a lot of fun on Giant Bomb and General this week, though. So please, the Blight Club with Jeff playing Sonic Blast was fun. Voicemail Dump Truck was a very good time this week. We talked over the Xbox Develop Direct, and we're still doing the Giant Bomb Fantasy Critic tomorrow. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern, right after Myst. So please tune in for that as well.
We're going to have a lot of stuff continuing to happen on these shows over on Game Mess. Me and Mike are going to figure out a time to get together in person and do some sort of fun thing to celebrate some of our favorite games from last year. We're going to do that in person here. If not next week, the week after that. It's going to be happening here in the next 2 weeks. I got cleaners coming tomorrow, so I had to clean my house so the cleaners could come. And that's going to be a weekly occurrence now. And that'd be great to have Mike come over to clean house and all that stuff. So we'll make that happen here soon. Thanks to everybody who supports us. I said it up top, but I'll say it again. Means the world. We really like doing these things, and you guys all make it very, very, very worth it. And yeah, thanks for joining us over at Giant Bomb as well, if you do. All right, Mike, any excitement for any of the games coming up sometime soon? There's a couple more here in January that I was a little bit curious about, but I guess the next one is really Resident Evil Requiem in February, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of thinking about February, Resident Evil Requiem, Dragon Quest VII proper, even like the Tales of Berseria remaster. I do want to check that out as well. But yeah, February's the big one.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Oh, Eugenics.
Oh, Mutagenics, sure, yeah.
High Guard, yeah. We're playing that on Monday. If it comes out.
I think it's coming out. Yeah, it'll be here.
Those are great liquid explosions.
The Cum Gutters.
I beat it.
Oh, you beat it.
Half a coconut, bitch.